always the one that I look forward to most every year. This is kind of what we live for all year. Nervous as ever, because you never know what's coming.
If it's December, it must be Le Jog. Just as Christmas comes around once a year, so does Le Jog. And on December the 3rd, 2016, 58 cars would leave Land's End, the most southerly tip of Britain, to compete in Europe's most gruelling classic car rally and finish at the most northerly point in the land, John O'Groats.
Long, challenging, tiring, and a bit of enjoyment in there somewhere as well. Not quite sure how that whole balance all mixes in together.
The championship is still wide open. I think I'm leading by a few points from Stephen, but this is a long event with 5 legs, so there's anything at all can happen.
This year's event would again see the Hero Cup for drivers and the Golden Roma for navigators go down to the wire. Paul Crosby had secured enough points on the RAC Rally the Test to move him ahead of Stephen Owens, but with just 8 points in it, anything could happen. Andy Pullen was well placed to snatch the Golden Roma as Andrew Durden was not competing. This year's route would take us from Land's End north through the southwest over the Severn Bridge into Wales and pushing on north for the first overnight stop near Chester. Day 2 takes us to Gretna. Day 3 would be the long haul through Scotland to John O'Groats.
The last rally of the year and a really special one, and that's why I'm always coming back.
The obligatory scrutineering takes place on Friday before Saturday's main event. Only cars built before 1986 are eligible in the event. Dave Bryan and Tony Brooks were already having problems in their 1968 Porsche 911.
It's the second new starter motor in 3 days, and it starts beautifully when it's cold. It just won't start when it's hot. So it looks like we might be pushing jump-starting it for 3 or 4 days, unless our brilliant mechanics can do their usual and customary magic. So just keep our fingers crossed.
Was Hero Cup leader Paul Crosby ready for the challenge?
I'm not looking forward to it, which might sound a bit strange, but it's a very gruelling event. Sleep deprivation takes over. You start hallucinating about a bed and some food and something to drink. But, we're going to fight our way through it.
Le Jog is rated as an expert event for experienced crews and is a must-do event on any serious competitor's bucket list.
I'm here again for the second time. David's here for the first time. 49 years of rallying and it's on the bucket list. So I want to tick it off to say I've done it.
Navigation is the key to any reliability trial and Le Jog is no different.
That's a herringbone, backbone of the fish, which is the road that you follow. And these are all the bones or the roads off that you miss. So that's a crossroad straight on, that's a crossroad, but you miss 2 roads on the right, so you turn left.
Too much information.
Why are you scrubbing those out?
Covering kilometres, I only use miles. And it's removing information that I don't use, so then the only information there is the things that I do use.
We've got the clues for where we're going. We have to decide on the right route. Hopefully we do pick the right route. And just preparing really for tomorrow so that we have a hope and hell's chance of being on the right road at the right time.
A 1400-mile endurance event like Le Jog requires plenty of skill and a little luck to see you complete the event.
Concentration for 3.5 days, that pretty much sums it up. You need a slice of good fortune, as you do with any rally. Obviously the regularities we're doing are on the public road, so you need to hope you don't get stuck behind the tractor anywhere. It's just a matter of, really, it's one thing about pacing yourself over the 4 days. You could very easily let the whole thing sort of overwhelm you because of the challenge that it is, but you've just got to try and break it down into sections. Treat it like a single day event and then start again and do another one.
The night before was a time for old friends to meet up and the 2 championship leaders discuss their chances.
With the navigator that I've got, they're as good as anybody's chances, and I really do. We did well last year. He's very good at night time rallying, and a lot of it is in the dark, so we've got as good a chance as anybody in this rally, and I'm really looking forward to it. I think it'll be a super rally.
Andy and I have done Le Jog twice now, and we haven't had our full potential from the event, let's put it that way. I mean, if he can get a gold medal, then God, it must be easy. So that's what we're aiming for, try and get a gold medal.
Ah, yeah, round the back there. That's all right.
Don't.
Saturday morning, day one of the 2016 Le Jog. As crews fortified themselves for the day ahead, the nerves were beginning to tell.
Great morning for a nice start. Perfect weather for a rally.
Well, third year, we just keep trying to get better and better, and we're not doing very well at that. But it's a great few days, and I'm really looking forward to it.
I mean, it gives you time to get nervous, doesn't it? All the waiting. So once we're on our way, we'll be okay, I think.
It's getting psyched up now. It's a long way to go, so just get ready to leave the start now. We've got about 10 minutes to go to the first test.
Fine, thanks. It's a lovely morning in London. Time to race.
Here we go, Le Jog 2016, 8:33. Sitting on the line, ready to go. Just hope we don't get it wrong on this short test. That would be a disaster.
The first cars left the line at 8:30 on a cold, overcast Cornish morning and straight into the traditional test along the Atlantic coastline.
I'm a bit nervous, as I always am before an event, but I don't think that's a bad thing. But generally, yeah, looking forward to the challenge.
Le Jog is an event that rewards crews who achieve a consistent level of excellence throughout, rewarding competitors with gold, silver and bronze awards. The short test would ease the crews into the rally proper and test the car's mettle before hitting the road.
So good.
Leaving Land's End, we head to our first regularity of the day at Penberthy Cross, just west of Penzance. However, Simon and Niall Frost were encountering early mechanical gremlins before even leaving Cornwall. Was this a sign of things to come?
Seem to be running out of fuel pressure, so it just keeps on misfiring, cutting out when we're driving along this transport section. A bit frustrating.
Two more tests and another regularity were dealt with before the crews had a quick pit stop for coffee at the Cornish Birds of Prey Centre. Many crews seemed to have had issues with horsepower of a different sort when a horsebox strayed onto the route.
It cost us a few seconds there, but yeah, it's early days, isn't it?
We haven't got very far yet. We're still well and truly within Cornwall. We've had a lovely horsebox that's just made a bit of a mess of our morning so far, but we've had 3 lovely tests.
Don't ask me what sort of morning I've had. It's not been great. We stalled after the first test and the points had closed up. Haven't dropped too many on regularities, so we're feeling a lot better that we've overcome some issues. We'll see how we get on after coffee.
Got off to a good start, 2 seconds over bogey on the first test, and then we had a 1 and a 0 on the regularity, so we've got off to a bit of a flying start. Let's just see if we can keep it up for the rest of the 3.5 days.
Nerves have disappeared a little bit. It's always nice to get the first couple of tests and regularities under your belt, but generally quite pleased getting into the rhythm of it.
First up after coffee was a pair of tests at the Royal Cornish Showground. Crosby and Pullin managed a time at 2 minutes dead in the 9:11 on the first of the 2 tests. Just 8 seconds covered the top 11 places.
Straight. To right of E, 90 left. 90 left.
Meanwhile, Simon Mellings and Henry Carr were in full sideways rally mode. The showground test completed and it was out onto the open road and straight into another 2 tests and a regularity while still heading northeast. The route through Cornwall brings us to Oakhampton and lunch at a Le Jog favourite, Betty Cottle's Inn. With only a few hours under their belts, the morning activities have already created a few casualties.
Exhaust's got the skid plate has been detached, actually making a hole in the box.
You're running out of fuel then?
Yes, I'm running very, very low. And I've just been to the garage and it was closed, the one in Oakhampton. But I've been advised where there are other garages where I can get some fuel from. But I've put some spare fuel in now, which will take me to that. And I've got a spare can just in case that was lent by one of my hard competitors, Mr. Crosby.
The lunch stops are also a great opportunity for the navigators to compare notes and check out the route ahead.
Turn left and then whoosh all the way down
While
there.
some of the seasoned competitors are full of optimism.
All you can do on the first day is lose it. You can't win it on the first day, can you?
For newcomer to Le Jog, Dean Halsey thinks he may have bitten off more than he can chew.
But it's our first rally and I don't think this was the right rally to do as number 1.
You've done no other rallies?
No. I've done tulip things and I've done the Mille Miglia, but this is proper. The Mille Miglia is just for stars and models.
Leaving Betty Cottle's, we push on northeast through Devon and Somerset towards the Severn River crossing. After 8 hours of competitive driving, the crews arrive at the Severn Bridge services for the 7th test of the day. Tony Shiak and Rachel Wakefield posting a time of 1 minute 7 seconds, placing them just 7 seconds off the quickest time set by Simon Harris. Good going for the stately Triumph 2000. By the time the last crews had completed the test, dusk had descended over the Severn estuary. A trip across the bridge and into Wales would take the crews to Carwent military base for a further regularity around the complex, where Andy Lane and Ian Tully would put in the best performance before the evening rest halt in Chepstow.
It's been fabulous. You know, we've managed to find bits of the country that we were never supposed to find and turn round in them and go back to find the bits that we were supposed to find.
We were not too bad in Carwent. Most would say a good day. I kind of somehow feel a bit disappointed in the car and in me, but you know, I think that's all part of this event. I'm going to have to sharpen up.
we had pretty low expectations and we're doing all right. We made it this far. Caerwent was very, very difficult for us. We're absolute novices.
We're not really in the pole position yet, but we're working on it. And we haven't gone off the road. I think that's the most important point.
We've just been to where the rally sorts the men out from the boys, which is Caerwent, of course. And there was just cars coming from every direction. It was incredible, but so excited, so adrenaline flowing. It was fabulous. But a good one, and I think it's not won and lost there, but I think it's a very good indicator to where people are going from when they come out of Caerwent.
Having left Land's End 9 hours ago, and with 7 tests and 5 regularities already under their belts on day 1, and if some of their cars can hold it together,
Trying to fix make an alternator.
Did you just go to the shop and buy one?
We can, but not at this time of night.
all that remained was to plot the course for the last leg of the day.
I've had my tea, and as you can see, Francis is still plotting on his map, and we're relying on his very sound plotting to get us to the hotel tonight, so we'll need peace and quiet while he does it properly.
Wales is notoriously difficult, and this is why I think people are having difficulty plotting the route. It's not obvious, but you need to make sure that you plot the things accurately. If you don't, you'll end up on the wrong road.
This is the perfect opportunity for Andy Pullin to sew up the Golden Roma title if all goes his way in the night stages through the forests of Wales.
It's the final round of the Hero Cup and Golden Roma. It all comes down to this event. I'm currently second place going into it and hoping for a good result on this one.
At 6:55 p.m, the first car makes their way into the night to take on the night section through the wilds of Wales. The first regularity of the leg saw Andy Lane and Ian Tully on top again, with Kleinhurt and Harrison second. Was this a sign of things to come?
Passage control inside?
Inside, yes.
Okay.
Raquel saw a quick passage control for the cruise.
The old Rover's still going there.
It is indeed, yes. Thank you very much.
I'm out of it. That was quick, wasn't it?
The Volvo, as Simon and Niall Frost had overcome the morning's issues and was still in the running. Regularity 2-2 saw Harris and Matt Fowl top the leaderboard, with those men Kleinhurt and Harrison second again. A short break and a fuel stop on the relentless march north came at 10 p.m. at the Trout Inn in Beulah, with the competitors having mixed feelings on the rally so far.
No major incidents. Dropped a bit of time, but that's the nature of the beast, I'm afraid. Yeah, no. Looking forward to the next bit now.
Tricky thing through the farm, but we made it and we had fun. We enjoy it.
It's certainly a challenge. Caerwent is a blast and a challenge all at the same time. It gets your adrenaline pumping, so it's very much fun.
Terrible. We ain't got lost. I think we've shattered the window over there. And see, as we've only got 30 brake horsepower, we go up hills very slowly.
We managed to end up in the farmyard and found our way out eventually, but dropped to 28 seconds, I think, so that's the worst one we've had so far. Yeah, all right, I suspect young Mr. Pullen further down the field dropped a bit less than us. As we know, we've got to get through the night first and just sort of worry about the seconds afterwards, but it's more worrying about the minutes and getting all the timing points first of all, and then see how you end up.
You're in the lead.
I don't actually know at the moment. We were earlier on, but a lot's happened since then, so I have no idea. We dropped a bit of time here and there. Depends what other people did as well.
The early hours run to Chester will include 4 regularities
Okay, off we go. See you later.
and a 45-mile time control section.
It was good fun, yeah. Nice roads, some of the best in Wales.
Andy Lane and Ian Tully put in a star performance with the least penalties. However, it was not without a few dramas. It does seem that things really can go bump in the night. Day 2 of Le Jog is considered to be the short day, but no less arduous. The day dawned bright and cold in Chester.
Healthy breakfast, cholesterol, tomatoes and nothing more.
The conversations on everyone's lips during breakfast was the nighttime activities from the 45-mile time control section.
No dramas at all. Just only that we couldn't find a way.
Plotting the courses is our biggest problem, but we're going to continue. We're going to be there at the end.
The night motoring through Wales is brilliant.
Where do you start and where do you end? Last night we managed to beach it in a ditch when we turned round to go and look for a junction that wasn't there, and had to cut and run to get back on time here.
Also experiencing issues was Alex Geegey when his navigator mistook a riverbed for a road.
There were breaks like that, and on that occasion we lost the gear lever, torn away. I was thinking the car would be a total wreck down there, but we managed to shift the gears by hand, putting the hands through the hole of the gear lever and changing the gears like that to get here.
Andy Lane remained upbeat after a tussle with the local scenery the night before.
Luckily it was only cosmetic, so we're still in the hunt. Could have been a lot worse.
With the top 5 drivers and navigators all hungry to win this prestigious rally, the margins were getting ever closer at the top.
We've got Andy Lane and Ian, Ian Tully, so very strong pair in there. Really expect them to be there or thereabouts all the time. I mean, there's probably 4 or 5 crews that can still win this event.
Do you know where you are in the position at the moment?
Well, second, very surprisingly. Don't talk about it, please.
After leaving the hotel, the crew's first action of the day were 2 tests at Hooton Kart Track near Liverpool.
It's a bit slidey, but it's good fun.
Good, a bit slippy with the frost, but not too bad, no dramas, all good.
And it was then a short drive to the next test at Lim Service Park. Hero Cup Championship leader Paul Crosby was in attack mode, posting a time of 59 seconds, 1 second behind the quickest time set by Simon Harris in a Golf GTI. The different tests on the rally are designed to test the drivers and the car's agility and handling around different courses. It's these tests that can widen the field and change the overall placings. With the first two tests of the day complete, the crews continued north, skimming past Manchester and Wigan, arriving at the Green Man pub in Inglewhite, Preston, for morning coffee. Still licking his wounds from the night before was Jonathan Hancock's.
Well, we had trouble with a few slots, missed quite a few on the TC section. Before that, we lost first and second gear on regularity. But we made everything last night and had good fun on the night section, so it was okay in the end. We got there.
Although it's a competition, such is the camaraderie between the crews that there is always someone to exchange notes with.
And then this one, sort of.
Yeah, that's it. He was saying he wanted to try and get us up there, but you can't make it with the hairpins at the bottom.
And it's like this here, that's a double junction, so it's
yes, right.
3, 2.
The morning's competition continued with the start at Inglewhite manned by a Hero Events regular, Philip Haslam, this time marshalling and not competing.
3, 2, 1, go!
The two regularities would be held in the Forest of Bowland and over Beacon and Lythe Fells. Both regularities turned out to be a battle between two of the ace navigators, Andy Pullin and Martin Taylor, as over the two regularities, only 1 second separated them. Sunday lunch was at Bentham Golf Club, followed by a test named Willand's Puzzle. Front-wheel drive seemed to be the way to go on this test, with two minis and a Golf taking the top spots. Kevin Hazeldine and Bart Den Hartog on top, with Harrison Fowl second in the Golf and Kleinhart and Harrison third in another Mini Cooper S. As the light began to fade and darkness fell, the march north continued, taking the crews across the Yorkshire Dales and the North Pennines. This section of the course would see the crews navigate 3 more tests and 3 regularities on different road surfaces in the darkness. A welcome rest and dinner greeted some of the crews at the Gretna Hall Hotel, just over the border between England and Scotland. It's a chance for the crews to see where they stand in the rankings and to repair any damages.
It's a mixture of stainless steel exhaust and mild steel skid plate. One's so brittle that it's caused cracks and it's just pulled away from the exhaust and there's holes in it. So we've been trying to patch it for the last 2 days.
Yeah, go on.
The boys are just going to check over our exhaust system. I think he might have had a bit of a knock-in walk up. We've had a reasonable day. I don't think we've broken any records, but we certainly haven't done anything stupid.
It's also an opportunity to see how their comrades have fared across the challenging course during the day.
To be honest, I'm completely exhausted. We had a brilliant day.
A couple of silly errors here and there, but that goes, I'm sure, for everybody.
On the tulip notes, all the mileages were correct and everything, but for some reason we've missed a control on that.
We didn't drop much time at all, and there's some very tricky sections in there. And one of the time controls was really surreptitiously tucked away to the left as you turned right.
No major problems, only one small mess up on a test, but other than that I think we're okay.
The trip stopped working at the end of the night last night. We tried to get it fixed but we can't, so I've done the whole day without a trip, but I think we're still doing all right. I think we're still in for a gold medal at the moment. See what the date tomorrow brings.
Just bits and pieces of penalties. It's been very icy tonight, we found anyway, up on the side of the hills, but no catastrophes. So yeah, looking forward to a good night's sleep tonight, so we can attack that very long day tomorrow.
Gretna woke to a magnificent sunrise, and with the geese migrating to warmer climes, the crews readied themselves for day 3 and the traditional epic leg jog push to John O'Groats, the most northerly point in the British Isles.
Bit of a cold one, as you can see, bit of frost on the car.
A little fresh this morning, but all going good, car's running. Driver and navigator still talking, always good.
It's frozen, the de-icer is frozen.
It's nice to see a bit of authentic Le Jog snow and ice out there today, so yeah, I've been looking forward to this, to be honest. Been much expected, rather than shorts and t-shirt. It's the big push now.
This is a great day. 27 hours in the car, 13 regularities, and all night through Scotland. My favorite is the one around Loch Ness. Very difficult, very challenging, very tiring, but still unique in the rallying world.
Starting at dawn and finishing at 10 a.m. the following morning, a lot could change in the rankings over the next 27 hours.
We're still in gold medal position, but it's hard work with no trip.
But still lying third, which is still pretty astonishing, so no reason to complain really.
We're still in the running, slowly creeping up the leaderboard again after dropping down to almost the end of the row.
We're second behind Andy Lane and Ian Tully, 20 seconds behind, which isn't a lot of time when you consider what's ahead of us. Let's see where we get to. So yeah, it's going to be a long, long, tough day.
The course set for the first regularity of the day, a 21-mile journey north through Dumfries and Galloway from Stockbridge Hill to north of Lockerbie. The biggest issue facing the cars on this first regularity was the freezing and slippery conditions. At the morning's coffee stop in Douglas, the drivers were having to be inventive to keep the cars going.
A little bit of modification, winter modifications. I think that should do. Not a very nice colour, but it looks quite alright.
Well, the windscreen wash that's supposed to be okay for -18 seems to be freezing for some reason.
We've had an enjoyable morning, slipping, sliding everywhere. Wrong slotted and got stuck for 10 minutes down a very muddy track, so it was a nasty moment. Didn't think we'd get out.
The roads are good. Marshals are being tricky, so keeping us on our toes. We're having a good time.
The Scottish wildlife was also causing the drivers a few timing problems.
It's going fine, except we got stuck behind a flock of sheep, but such is life.
We met a whole flock of sheep that was being moved along the road. We were the 5th car in the queue, but I'm very pleased to say that everybody moved out of the way for us, but we still dropped well over a minute, so it's put us back a bit, but nothing we can do about it, just have to keep smiling and carry on, don't we?
4, 3, 2, 1.
The first test action of the day came at the Mulkirk and Kames kart circuit. Where Peter Lovett and Rob Kiff posted the quickest time in their very rapid Porsche 911. closely followed by a hard-charging Paul Crosby and Paul Bloxage.
90 left, 90 left. Let it keep it, that's it, well done, well done. Keeps going round, keeps running long, okay, left, 100, 100, and keeps very much right.
Porsche 911 seeming to be the machinery best suited to the tight turns of the kart track. Indeed, there were no fewer than 11 911s on the event. The second regularity of the day from Darvel to East Kilbride, and the link section skirt us around Glasgow and onto our second test at Forestburn Hill Climb. By now, a cold mist had shrouded the scene, making visibility challenging. Peter Lovett was the man to beat here again, chased this time by Daniel Gressley and Karl-Heinz Schott, both again in 911s. Leaving the fog behind, we head north to lunch at Cumbernauld, and as usual a few were struggling with mechanical woes.
It should be like that.
Yeah. We got a hole in the radiator in the army section last night, which resulted in a head gasket blowing this morning. We thought we'd caught it in time. We changed the head gasket this morning, but we obviously hadn't got it quite right, so it went again. So we've just done it again. We limped up here and we've just changed it again, and we're keeping our fingers crossed that we're going to be on our way.
We've phoned up one exhaust place and we've been to 5 garages. We wasted probably the best part of an hour trying to find somebody to help fix it permanently. Completely without success, so I've had to rely upon the guys again, so they're keeping us going. Thanks very much.
As the navigators pick up further instructions, this far north dust descends at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. The cruise continued through North Lanarkshire to the Trossachs. Another time control, Loch Lomond, gave the cruise a much needed coffee boost.
Just taking it steady today, got through the tests, the other regularities have all been okay, and I'm sure it'll be the same this evening. It'll be slippery on the roads this evening, and hopefully we'll get to Fort William okay, and then the next stage from there.
It's been going very average. You have 2 good hours, then you have 3 bad hours, and at the end of it you say, why have I done that again? I don't know.
It was absolutely brilliant. We've had a really good night. Good test, excellent test again. But we were flying down the road and there was a fire engine in the middle of the road, and it was parked there. So we've had to have a reroute, find another way around to get past the fire engine, which put us back a little bit. But we're back on time now, so it's going well. It's going well.
The cruise then journeyed on to Fort William, taking in a regularity on the way. A quick halt this time to refuel the cars at the Green Welly stop. The spirit of Le Jog runs so deep that the cruise will go to any lengths to stay in the rally.
We had a broken prop shaft. The bolts in the prop shaft had come off. Prop shaft fell away from the differential, and we actually then found someone about 2 hours south of Gretna Green that had the right bolts. So we knew that if we could get the bolts in, we'd be back in the rally. So we took the decision. We went all the way down to Thirsk in Yorkshire, got the bolts
fitted first thing the next morning, but we're back in the rally and we're going to finish it. That's the main thing.
Okay, quite difficult this stage. We are lost a few times, but okay. Now we're catching the good way, so it's okay.
It's 7:30 in the evening, so we've got a long way to go. Got another 13 hours, I think, on the road before we get there, so we'll see how well we go.
As the night and the freezing temperatures settled in, 2 more regularities through Glenorchy and Loch Leven lay ahead. Ben Nevis Hotel at Fort William offers a welcome 2-hour rest. Crews refuel themselves and indulge in some serious power napping before another 13-hour drive to John O'Groats. As if from hibernation, the crews emerge from their slumber and head once more into the night. In the dead of night, the crews encountered the real Loch Ness Monster, a regularity stretching 52 miles, 174 route instructions and 10 timing points. This epic would see Klaus Müller and Eric Schwab put in the best performance ahead of Mark Godfrey and Martin Taylor. A quick timing point and a chance for the navigators to converse with each other about the tricky route ahead, before heading into the corkscrew section at Invervaregate, a series of 6 hairpins. It was to prove costly for Crosby and Pullin, the pair incurring a 1-minute penalty. As we travel north through the Highlands, the going was getting tougher, with freezing fog and tiredness adding to the challenge. As the dawn breaks, the crews have been on the road for an incredible 51 hours in 3.5 days, travelled over 1,000 miles, completed 27 regularities and 20 tests, and now the final run through the frost-covered Highlands brings them to journey's end, John O'Groats, to be greeted by the traditional sound of the pipes. But for one of the crews, they would need a piggyback to cross the line.
We broke our prop shaft day before yesterday and we broke the diff today, 50 miles short of John O'Groats, but we decided to join in the spirit and get it here anyway, so we're just about to go over the finish line.
We've had a great time. It's been a super event, as I think it always is. It's nice to come first in class, and it's nice to finish the event, so a good event for us, a result.
It's been a very gruelling event, some very trying conditions, and just, you know, mentally taxing to the extreme. But we're really pleased, we're here, we're finished. We're not sure of the result at the moment, but we're pretty sure we got gold medal, and we're pretty sure we're in the top 3, so can't be bad really, good outcome.
You can never take for granted getting here, so we've made it. We've had a few ups and downs on the way, as everybody does, and the rest of it we just, you know, bit of good fortune here and there, and we've got here, so really enjoyed it. Tough as ever.
It seems to have gone all right for us, so we'll see. Just been speaking to Paul, and they had a problem in this last time card. So that sounds like it's handed the win to us, but that's not what it's about. It's about the gold, and we've definitely held on to the gold. So, and so's Paul. So we're kind of equal from that point of view. So he's still smarter from the rally of the test, of course.
Taking the gold medals were Andy Lane and Ian Tully, Mark Godfrey and Martin Taylor, Paul Crosby and Andy Pullin. and Simon Harris and Matt Fowle. The silver medals went to White and Northmore, Kleinhart and Harrison, Bloxich and Canavan, Michaels and Pick. Bronze medals were collected by Robert and Sue McLean, Hazelden and Den Hartog, and Borton and Savage. Paul Crosby takes the Hero Cup for the third year in a row, overtaking Stephen Owens in the latter stages of the competition, with Paul Bloxich in third. Andy Pullin had already sewn up the Golden Roma for the second time during the event, the first time anyone had achieved the double in the competition. No Le Jog would be complete without the traditional addressing of the haggis before the silverware is awarded.
Knee will bleed, heel mark and whistle, and legs and arms and heads will snake.
Absolutely elated. I mean, to win the trophy for a third year is amazing. It's not what I expected, to be honest. I didn't set out this year to try to win, but we had some good events. I had a very good navigator, Andy Pullen, and together we managed to pull it off. So yeah, delighted.
Absolutely chuffed to bits to have won the Golden Roma for the second time. All started 6 months ago and on the Winter Challenge. To win this prize means a lot. This is probably the biggest prize in regularity rallying in the UK, and it's just an honour to win it, really.
Le Jog brings to a climax another intense year of competition, and in 2017 we do it all again, kicking off with the Three Legs of Man in March. Be sure to join us again in 2017.